Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I just really honestly want to sit down and play with makeup. There's some times where I'm super excited to try out new products. I mean, that's like most of my videos. You guys know I love to review things, I love to try new things. And then there's other times where I just want to sit down and play with makeup and I just want to like create something beautiful. And today I really was so inspired by a recent makeup look that Mary Phillips, who's one of my favorite celebrity makeup artists, she did this look on Hailey Bieber and I loved it. The lip color is what really floored me about this. Look how beautiful this makeup look is. I love this vampy lip. She's got a little bit of glitter on the eyes, but her skin is so fresh looking. So I'm completely inspired by that makeup look. I had a specific lipstick in mind. When I saw that look, I was like, ooh, I think I can recreate that with a lipstick that I already have. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let's just start with complexion actually. Since the eye look is pretty simple, I don't feel the need to do eyes first. But the skin was very like smooth and dewy looking. So I'm gonna like prep the skin pretty well today. I grabbed my Juno & Co. Moonshine Miracle Cream. I'm gonna go ahead and take a dollop of this and I'm gonna kind of warm this up between my fingertips and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply this all over the skin. Now, I definitely did try to complete the vibe with a white top since that's what Hailey was wearing. And I also painted my nails today and I decided to match it to the lip color that I picked, or, you know, it's close anyway. I feel like a look like this is a great transition from fall to winter because you get that vampy lip. And actually, I've been seeing a lot of people doing more vampy lips right now. A lot of like deep browns, which I love. It's a little bit more 90s inspired. And anyway, this deep burgundy lip that I've seen on a few different celebrities. I think I actually screenshotted another one. Let me see. Yes, recently, Patrick Ta did this look on Camila Cabello. Look at that. Her deep lip. It's also a very similar eye look. The hair is slicked back. Very similar to Hailey Bieber's. So, I don't know. I'm just like super inspired by this. I can't wait to put on a deep lip. It's been a while. I'm gonna go ahead and like kind of make the skin a little bit more glowy using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. Such a long title. This is the shade Fairlight. I feel like Hailey always has such beautiful skin. Very healthy, very hydrated looking skin no matter what the makeup look is on the eyes or the lips. Her skin always looks very fresh. So I'm trying to kind of embody that same kind of a vibe. We're putting this all over the face. Normally I would like focus on the high points, but again, Hailey's skin looks super healthy all over. So I'm just kind of putting this everywhere. And I'm actually going to use my fingers to blend this into the moisturizer. Those two together, that Juno & Co. cream with that on top. I've never done that combo before, but it feels so good on the skin. I think my skin looks super healthy. I actually got a facial earlier today and my esthetician did the most yummy, like hydrating mask. So I feel like my skin is so happy right now, which is perfect for this makeup look, you know? There really is a difference. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this, but if you've ever done a daytime spa kind of a treatment on your skin, like a couple hours before you do your makeup, it makes such a difference. If I have the time before a special occasion to do some sort of a mask, to really make sure that my serums are super absorbed into the skin, it makes your makeup look so good. We're gonna move on to foundation. I really wanted to reuse the Uoma by Sharon C foundation. This is the Flawless in Real Life Skin Perfecting Foundation. Mine is in the shade Fair Lady T1. I'm gonna mix this up a little. And we're gonna do like 1.5 pumps. Start out with a brush. And I'm just gonna start blending this out from the center of the face, moving it outward. I really like this foundation because I feel like it gives me the coverage that I personally like, especially when doing a little bit more of a glam look. But it doesn't sit heavy on the skin and it wears really well on me. I have yet to do a comparison between this foundation from Uoma and the original one. So this is like the drugstore version. This is the drugstore brand of Uoma. It's Uoma by Sharon C. Uoma Beauty has their foundation, and that is like one of my favorite foundations, you guys. But this one reminds me so much of that, and I have had on my to-do list to kind of see what those look like side by side, because I'd be so curious to see if they're super similar, if there's any difference really at all. But I just haven't gotten around to it. I'm gonna pick up what's left on the back of my hand with my sponge, and I'm just gonna press this into the skin. I'm gonna take my time here because I really want to press that into the moisturizer and like that highlight product to really try to give that super skin-like finish. Using a damp sponge will help achieve this no matter what. And really taking my time to make sure this is pressed in so all three products mix together and press into the skin for the most natural look possible. I'm really curious to know how many of you guys are daring enough to wear a bold lip. Like, do you wear a deep vampy lip ever? Or is it something that you would never try? Or is it something that you have just never tried but would try? Like, you wouldn't mind wearing it or trying it out, but it's just not something like that you've reached for yet? I would love to know in the comments. Okay, this is looking really nice and fresh. We're gonna move on to concealer. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Again, same thing, like I just really want kind of that red carpet feeling coverage, if that makes sense, but with still like a healthy finish. So I'm gonna take some of this, just do a few dots underneath the eyes, and I'm gonna spot conceal a couple of blemishes like that. And I'm actually gonna just blend this out with the exact same sponge that we were using. I feel like concealer under the eyes always makes such a big difference. Okay. Next, I'm going to take a little bit of my RCMA, the original No Color Powder, and I'm gonna start off with just a little bit, just underneath my eyes. I really like this powder because it's actually really lightweight, but it still feels like your makeup is set, which I need, especially in a look like this, that even though there's fresh elements to it, it also looks like a makeup look that would have had longevity to it. And so for me, I always set my face, I always set my under eyes with powder. It's a crucial step for me because even though it may look powdery, not super powdery, but like even though I spent time on making the complexion glowy and then I'm just gonna set the face with powder, those natural oils will come back through in a couple of hours and it will bring back kind of that healthy glow. But again, you'll have that longevity and a little bit more control over oils when you take the time to set with powder. I'm also going to take some powder and set through the brows and on the eyelids, just lightly. And then I'm going to take a slightly larger brush and just gently tap some powder onto the cheeks. I personally set the cheeks. If you don't feel like you need coverage there, you could skip this part. But I am using a powder bronzer today, so I'm setting the face for two reasons on the side of the face. First, to help that powder bronzer kind of glide a little bit better. And then also I have the most redness on my cheeks, so I don't want that coverage to come up at all. I don't want it to fade. So I just like to press a little bit over top of the entire face. I will go back just super gently and pick up that extra powder if there is any, just with my sponge to help keep things looking fresh. Okay, for bronzer, I actually tried this, and honestly, I cannot remember for the life of me if I've used it on camera or not, or if it was just like a random weekend where I tried this out, but people have been talking a lot about this, so I found it in my collection. I was like, you know what? I want to try that, and I feel like it will really help create that warm, healthy effect on the skin. So this is from Glowish, which is by Huda Beauty. This is their Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder in the shade Light. I'll show you what this looks like. It's got this really nice kind of marbled effect, which I think is so pretty. Let's take a nice big fluffy brush. This one is from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collection. It's the JH02. And I'm just gonna start really gently buffing this into the skin. I'm gonna pull up my reference photo really fast and see exactly how bronze Hailey looks. Yeah, I mean, she's got quite a bit of warmth going on, so I'm not gonna be shy with the bronzer. Of course, I do have to take into consideration that I do have much more fair skin than Hailey does, so I don't want to overdo it, but I'll try to do the same intensity for my skin tone, if that makes sense. Like, try to make it look really warm and beautiful. Wow, this is nice. It does have a little bit of a glow to it. I'm gonna make sure I bronze up the forehead. Wow, this is so pretty. It really just blends itself out. You guys know I'm super heavy-handed with my bronzers, and even though I'm being pretty heavy-handed, it just keeps looking more and more natural somehow. I'm gonna pinch the brush and kind of run this down the sides of the nose and then a little bit across the nose as well, just to kind of make it look more naturally sun-kissed versus like sculpted and contoured too much. I'm gonna get the bottom of the chin, along the jawline and down the neck. Wow, that is so pretty. Really, really liking how that's applying. And I applied a lot, and again, it just still looks so natural. I'm taking the brush I used with powder just to blend things out a little bit more. Not that it needs it, it's just more of a habit. All right, let's do brows. Hailey's got really nice, soft, feathered brows. So I'm just gonna use a pencil for this. Use my Benefit 24-hour. No, precisely my brow pencil. The 24-hour is my brow gel. I'll use that later, but I'm just gonna fill in the brows really quick. So this shade is actually gray, which I never thought I would use, but I was actually Mrs. Claus for Halloween. My husband was Santa Claus. And so anyway, when I was doing my makeup for that, I grabbed this gray pencil in hopes that it would make my brows look a little bit more elderly. And it didn't really. I ended up having to color it with like a white mascara. But then I've been kind of using it and I actually really like this shade. Even though it's gray, for some reason, because of that cool tone, I find that it blends really nicely with my natural brow hairs. I don't know. I'm just trying it out these days. All right, so brows are on. I might touch them up later, but we'll just leave it at that for now. We're gonna do the eyes. So it looks like she's got like this kind of warm brown base and then a little bit of a glitter topper. So I grabbed the Bobbi Brown Longwear Cream Shadow Stick in the shade Taupe. We're gonna create a little bit of a base with this. So I'm just gonna start by kind of drawing a little bit of a triangle, I guess, on this outer portion of the eye. And I'm gonna take a fluffy eyeshadow brush and just start blending this out to create that warm brown base. You don't have to use a cream for this. You could totally use a powder. You could use your bronzer for this. Anything would work. I do feel like when I looked at the picture, it feels like some color was brought into this area a little bit. So I'm gonna kind of mimic that. And then I'm gonna take some on the lower lash line, just like this. Take that same brush, pinch the brush, and then buff this out along that lower lash line. All right, let's do the same thing on the other eye. I don't always use like cream shadow sticks, mostly because by the end of the day with my eye shape, a lot of them crease. But I tried these out a few days ago and they wore so well on me. So I wanted to use them in a video because they also blend out so nicely. I've heard such good things about these, but again, I just, didn't take it seriously for myself anyway, because I do, for some reason, crease so much when I wear these types of shadows usually, unless I set them. But so far, so good with this formula. Again, I am taking what's left on the brush and just kind of dusting it into this area here. I'll show you what I mean. See how she kind of has a little bit of depth up by the brows, going down the nose a little bit. So I'm just kind of trying to copy that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and pop on some glitter. I found this in my makeup stash and I thought it'd be perfect. It looks like something that is almost identical to what she's wearing. So this is the e.l.f. glitter eyeshadow topper. I don't know exactly what it's called, in the shade Pinky Swear. I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand first, just a little dollop like that. And I personally like to take this on my fingertips. I have more control that way. You have to work quickly because you don't want them to dry down fully, but I like to then just take it on my finger and tap it into the lid. That way I don't accidentally apply too much, or I don't know, I just feel like I have way more control this way. So I'm just layering that up on the lids. I'm gonna kind of let that dry. I might do another layer, maybe not. That might be fine. Let's do the other eye first and then we'll decide if we want to double up. Yeah, I think this is so perfect though, to mimic that same kind of color that she has, because it does have like silvery glitter in it, it looks like, but a little bit of a pink base, which is exactly what this is. Okay, I am gonna go in with a second layer and really focus it in this inner corner a little more. So it kind of seems like there's a little more focus on that inner portion, just slightly. So I'm just gonna add a teeny bit more to the inner part right here. Okay, I'm gonna clean up that glitter off of my fingers and the back of my hand so that it doesn't keep transferring. All right, I'm just gonna take that same eyeshadow stick and almost use it as an eyeliner, just on the very outer edge of the eye and a little bit more on this outer corner. I'm gonna kind of blend that out, but not as much because I want a little more dimension on that lower part. All right, we're gonna pop on mascara. I'm trying to think about what mascara I wanted to use today. You know what? Let's use the Lounge Face Lash Mascara. She doesn't have that much mascara on, so I'm gonna keep it relatively soft, but I'm also gonna kind of tweak it to my personal taste. I do like my lashes to show up quite a bit. So I'm gonna create like a natural-ish lash. I'm just gonna do a little bit on the lower lashes. Okay, I feel like that's a good amount of mascara for the vibe of the look. Just a little soft and fluttery lash. Okay, we are going to actually do the lip. And the lipstick that I immediately thought of is this right here. It's actually a lip liner and lipstick combo from Patrick Ta. It's the lip liner and lipstick in the shade She Must Be New, which is this gorgeous deep burgundy. So I'm gonna start off, let's see, let's kind of wipe off any foundation on the lips. I'm gonna start off with the lip liner. With dark lipsticks, it does take me a while. So I'm gonna start by lining the bottom and then the edges of the top. I'm gonna take my time with this, you guys. And I actually like to fill in my lips with the liner. I think it helps with longevity. I kind of like to pull my lips a little bit more taut, if that makes sense. I'll show you, I can't really tell you. Like this. And then take the edge and just really gently carve out the line. The top lip is always harder for me, just to try to get it kind of even. Okay, so there's the lip liner. We're gonna take that matching lipstick right here. I love this formula from Patrick Ta. And we're just gonna fill in the center. Okay, I'm now taking an angled brush and just picking up some of the lipstick that's already on the lips. And I'm trying to use this to perfect the lines even more. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna get better than that. I'm trying really hard to make it as even as possible, but it still looks a little uneven on one side. Hold on. Okay, I'm just gonna hold off on anything else for now. Isn't that such a nice color though? And I really feel like it's such a good match for what she's wearing. Don't you think? This is really coming together. Okay, we need blush. And Patrick Ta actually is so good about creating monochromatic products. So I grabbed the blush from him that kind of matches this lipstick. It's the Double Take Cream and Powder blush in the shade Oh She's Different, which is like this berry, which I think is so beautiful. I'm actually gonna take a fluffy brush first. We're gonna go into the powder. I'm gonna take a little bit. It doesn't look like she's wearing too much blush, but you do need some with this type of a lipstick. So I'm just gonna kind of fluff that onto the cheeks. It's very pigmented, so I'm trying to be pretty gentle. Once that's on, I'm gonna take my powder brush, just kind of blend that in. Because again, I want that berry to be there, but I don't want it to overpower the lipstick. I am, however, going to dip into the cream with the bottom of my sponge. I'm gonna pick some of that up. This is where that healthy skin is gonna kind of come back. I love to use his cream blushes over top of the powders. So I'm just gonna kind of smile and super lightly and gently apply this towards the higher points of the face. It doesn't look like she has too much blush going on here. It's a little bit higher and it looks very dewy and fresh. So this will kind of help add that dewiness back, almost like it's just coming from your skin. So pretty. To add even more gloss and dew, where did I put that? Oh, here it is. I grabbed one of my current favorite highlighting products. This is the Flower Beauty Day Glow Highlighting Glaze. I thought this would be perfect for this look. So I'm actually gonna take my sponge, dip directly into this product, then go to the back of my hand to press it in. And then I'm gonna use this on the very high points of the face to create like a skin gloss effect. See, so these are the things you can do to kind of add that healthy skin, glossy look back into your face without compromising the longevity because we already used powder. I'm taking a little bit of this down the center of the nose, just a little. I'll do a little on the chin and a little bit above the brows. So far so good, I feel like. Just trying to like kind of correct a little bit right here. She might have a little bit more depth around the eyes than I do, but that's all right. I like how mine looks. Taking my powder brush and just kind of pressing into the brows a little bit. This is where we're gonna assess the situation and see if there's anything else we need to add. I actually really like where things are at. I am gonna take my bronzer brush just out of habit, kind of add a little bit more to the forehead, along the jawline, and a little bit more down the neck. Try to be careful not to touch my white shirt. And now, oh, I forgot to grab the setting spray I was thinking of. Hold please. I've been really loving this Neutrogena Hydrating Setting Spray. I think it would be perfect for a look like this. If you're needing a lot of longevity, I would definitely say, I don't see it here, I would use something like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush setting spray if you're needing it to really last. Since I don't need it to last that long and I want to kind of make sure it maintains that healthy skin kind of look, I'm going to use a hydrating spray. I'm just going to put this all over, focusing on like the outsides of the face. Let that kind of sink in a bit. Then I'm going to gently take my sponge and tap that into the skin. And then I am going to take a little bit of that RCMA powder because as much as I want to maintain that healthy, dewy skin look, I personally do not want to look too shiny in the center of the face. I get oily there. So after setting spray, I like to just touch a little bit more powder right there just to control that. And then of course we need to kind of add a little more fluff to the brows. So I'm gonna use my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter and just run that through. I'm gonna try to make it pretty piecey. Not too crazy, but she does have really nice, fluffy, healthy looking brows. I'm taking that eyeshadow brush and I actually dipped into a tiny bit of this bronzer, and I'm just continuing that line that we created up by the brows down the sides of the nose a little bit more than I had it. I think that's it, you guys. I love how it matches my nails. I truly love this. I feel like, oh, I need to kind of try to get rid of those 2 glitter pieces. There we go. That's a little better. I feel like this is so fresh, but very glamorous. It's fall, it's also winter. It's like, I don't know, it's very pretty. I was so happy that I feel like I was able to find products that really recreated that look. I'm pretty proud of myself, actually. That looks pretty spot on. I don't know. And I really tried to make sure to find a lot of beautiful, affordable products too, just to show you guys that like, if you're inspired by, you know, something that you see on Instagram or Pinterest or something like that, and if it's like a red carpet look, and even if the products are tagged and, you know, they might be more high-end products, Pat McGrath, YSL, whatever, you can recreate so many looks, or like most of the look using what you have. You could mix lipsticks to create something like this, truly. It's just fun to be able to recreate things that I see online with things that I already have. It's very satisfying for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed seeing this style of look and this vampy lipstick. I love this look. I think Mary Phillips is so talented. Let me know if you guys would wear a lip like this. Tell me in the comments, and let me know if you guys enjoyed this style of video. I know I usually do reviews. I'm always doing tutorials, obviously. But let me know if you like these recreation type style videos, because maybe I'll save more things that inspire me and continue filming them. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button. And if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.